It's blue. 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 X12, 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 It's blue. It's blue. It's blue.
Meeting to order, if you'll please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. And meeting to order, if you'll please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. And meeting to order, if you'll please stand for the pledge.
Here.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. Meeting to order, if you'll please stand for the pledge. Item 4, we have the minutes from our previous meeting on November 10th, 2025. Meeting to order, if you'll please stand for the pledge. Item 4, we have the minutes from our previous meeting on November 10th, 2025.
Yes.
Meeting to order, if you'll please stand for the pledge. Item 4, we have the minutes from our previous meeting on November 10th. We have our public comment section next. Do we have anyone here for public comment? To order, if you'll please stand for the pledge. Item 4, we have the minutes from our previous meeting on November 10th. We have our public comment section next. Do we have anyone here for public comment? To order, if you'll please stand for the pledge. Item 4, we have the minutes from our previous meeting on November 10th. We have our public comment section next. Do we have anyone here for public comment? To order, if you'll please stand for the pledge. Item 4, we have the minutes from our previous meeting on November 10th. We have our public comment section next. Do we have anyone here for public comment? To order, if you'll please stand for the pledge. Item 4, we have the minutes from our previous meeting on November 10th. We have our public comment section next. Do we have anyone here for public comment? To order, if you'll please stand for the pledge. Item 4, we have the minutes from our previous meeting on November 10th. We have our public comment section next. Do we have anyone here for public comment? To order, if you'll please stand for the pledge. Item 4, we have the minutes from our previous meeting on November 10th. We have our public comment section next. Do we have anyone here for public comment? To order, if you'll please stand for the pledge. Item 4, we have the minutes from our previous meeting on November 10th. We have our public comment section next. Do we have anyone here for public comment? To order, if you'll please stand for the pledge. Item 4, we have the minutes from our previous meeting on November 10th. We have our public comment section next. Do we have anyone here for public comment? To order, if you'll please stand for the pledge. Item 4, we have the minutes from our previous meeting on November 10th. We have our public comment section next. Do we have anyone here for public comment? To order, if you'll please stand for the pledge. Item 4, we have the minutes from our previous meeting on November 10th. We have our public comment section next. Do we have anyone here for public comment? To order, if you'll please stand for the pledge. Item 4, we have the minutes from our previous meeting on November 10th. We have our public comment section next. Do we have anyone here for public comment? To order, if you'll please stand for the pledge. Item 4, we have the minutes from our previous meeting on November 10th. We have our public comment section next. Do we have anyone here for public comment? To order, if you'll please stand for the pledge. Item 4, we have the minutes from our previous meeting on November 10th. We have our public comment section next. Do we have anyone here for public comment? To order, if you'll please stand for the pledge. Item 4, we have the minutes from our previous meeting on November 10th. We have our public comment section next. Do we have anyone here for public comment? To order, if you'll please stand for the pledge. Item 4, we have the minutes from our previous meeting on November 10th. We have our public comment section next. Do we have anyone here for public comment? To order, if you'll please stand for the pledge. Item 4, we have the minutes from our previous meeting on November 10th. We have our public comment section next. Do we have anyone here for public comment? To order, if you'll please stand for the pledge. Item 4, we have the minutes from our previous meeting on November 10th. We have our public comment section next. Do we have anyone here for public comment? To order, if you'll please stand for the pledge. Item 4, we have the minutes from our previous meeting on November 10th. We have our public comment section next. Other comments? Other comments?
District about 10 years ago, former Morehead State graduate, and didn't really get involved with politics district recently. I only have one comment to say as far as in regards to reading, didn't really get involved with politics district recently, but I not because we have like we're just learning as well. I think it should just stay the way it is with those things. because in my opinion, when you rename something, it's in honor or remembrance of something. Not saying, Miss White, that you haven't done a good job. Not saying that Hometown Trent hasn't done a wonderful job. But when I think of things that are named in honor, not saying, Miss White, that you haven't done a good job, remembering the legacy. So that's my reason for keeping things the same. Named in honor, not saying, Miss White, that
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Other comments?
So that's
Okay, we will move on. Under the mayor's report, we had updates from each of your departments. Other comments? If you have questions, you can let the department directors know. We will move on. Past that, we had a really event last few weeks. Updates from each of your departments. Tree lighting. I'm going to go backwards in time. So Saturday, we had our tree lighting and hometown holidays.
And the symphony on Sunday.
Well, yes, and the symphony on Sunday. On Saturday, we had over 200 people attend the tree lighting itself. I don't have the numbers for hometown holiday, but Tony probably has an idea on those. It was a remarkable event. You saw a lot of kids downtown, very, very happy with their families. An appearance by Santa and the Grinch. And then you move up to Friday. We had the parade. Long, very good, well-lit parade. There was no shortage of Christmas lights that night. We had a lot of good vibes downtown. On Thursday, we had the City County Christmas dinner. They served a lot of people. Tremendous effort by everyone involved, from city employees, county employees, other elected officials. The jail helped. There were 2 women in particular who helped prepare all the food. We recognized them at the event. We also recognized Round County Christmas as the Community Organization of the Year and Jared Moore as the Citizen of the Year. That's just something the judge and the mayor does each year. So a big appreciation and applause for all the hard work that they do for our community each year. On Wednesday, we had the annual police banquet where officers and dispatchers were recognized for specific events and calls throughout the year, so their families were able to recognize not only the officer and dispatchers' contributions, but their families' contributions as well for being in that line of service. And then on Tuesday, we had the ribbon cutting at the Carl Perkins Center. We had a good turnout for that as well. Beautiful facility. If you have not seen it, please go out there. It is outstanding. It looks like a completely different facility. So very, very busy week with so many events. So thank you all that came and were part of that with us. The rest of the month, we have several more ribbon cuttings. We have tomorrow, there's a ribbon cutting at, I want to say Frontier Apartments by Frontier on Triplet Street. Yes. Parkview Apartments. And so if you can join us, I think that's at 11:30 tomorrow. So we'll be recognizing that new project as well. And then the following week on the 16th, there will be a ribbon cutting for the new Safe Haven baby box that will be open. Well, I guess it may be open now, but the official kind of ceremonial piece of that will be next Wednesday as well. So we hope everybody can join us. Okay, we're going to move into our quarterly reports, and the first item is Holly for the Morehead Utility Plant Board.
Hello, it's been a long time since I've seen you guys, since I do my quarterly reports. Just to note that we have changed our board meetings, so we meet every other month, so we're bi-monthly now. Our last meeting was November 25th. And our next meeting will be January 26th. Our water revenue is $115,000 less than budget. Our sewer revenue is $105,000 less than budget. That's predominantly industrial usage. The water plant expenditures are $17,000 under budget. The sewer plant expenditures are $7,400 under budget. The maintenance department is $56,000 under budget, and the stormwater revenues net out favorably throughout the last 4 months by $10,000. Out of the $1,059,500 in capital projects, we've spent $247,000. The water plant is complete. It's been complete for a while. The raw water intake has been complete for a while now. And our new 1 million gallon water tank is in process. So in your notes and in the reports that I give you, you should see that's all up. It's painted with the logo on it. Right now, we're just waiting for the valves to be installed and to get the SCADA up and going, which is what we use as microcom, and it monitors it, so we'll be able to track that from the plant. The hope is that we'll have that online the first of next year, or this year, coming up in January. The fourth phase of the water treatment plant is the infrastructure, which is the replacement of the 801 South line and the addition of the 801 North line. All of that has been engineered and is ready to go the second we get all those grant funds that were appropriated to the project. So we're just waiting on that. We officially decommissioned the old water treatment plant with the Kentucky Division of Water. And we've almost completed the certification process to run samples for other water utilities. That's something we've been trying to do for several years now. This much closer, I'm almost there. So if you guys remember when MSU's lab shut down, the water lab, a lot of the local water utilities use that for their daily and their special samples. And so with us getting our certification, we'll be able to run those for those local utilities at a fraction of the cost of what you would have to pay a commercial lab to do it. Our peak average production at the plant is at 40%. Our peak production is at 48%, and the plant ran with a 92% efficiency for the month. As far as the wastewater plant, we have our Class A land farm permit. We also were issued our new KPDS permit by the Division of Water. We hauled 896 wet tons of sludge. We applied 100 tons of agricultural lime to the landform to maintain the soil above 6.5 as mandated by the Kentucky Division of Waste Management in our permit. The wastewater plant is in the floodplain, as most of you all know. And we've marginally escaped a lot of catastrophic floods over the last couple of years. And so with that, we've been working with Gateway and some of our local representatives to see if we can get some state help with that. So maybe we could get a new wastewater plant too. That would be really nice. It's on my Christmas wish list. There's a lot of pictures in the reports that I gave you of regular maintenance with the maintenance department, lots of water, sewer, gas, stormwater and lift station projects that we went out and visited and maintained. Administration, so we've begun our switch over from our software, which was Utility Star, and we're going to MuniLink, and that's a cloud-based, user-friendly option, and it enables us to generate mobile work orders. It's more secure. It'll integrate with our GIS system for mapping and precision location. It's a more modern interface. It's user-friendly. You'll be able to track your billing and everything. Once it's online, we're going to get an app because everybody wants an app and to be able to pay online with your app. We also are implementing something called WIMS Rio, which is a water information system solution, and that's also a cloud-based platform that centralizes data for drinking water and wastewater utilities. It allows us to utilize the next generation of capacities for efficient data collection and being able to use your mobile devices. It'll help with our compliance reporting, our SCADA, our LIMS. Our LIMS would be our laboratory management system, so it'll help us track all the samples that come in and be able to generate reports. For instance, if you wanted to see what was the conductivity every day for the last year, we could run a report and pull that up for you just like that, whereas right now you'd have to go back through a whole year worth of papers to actually physically go back and do that. So it'll be a little more digitized and make streamlines for workflow. Our billing department, we did 100% collection. Our board actions, the board is going to go through ethics training on our next meeting, which was on the, it was the 26th. That'll be done by KLC. The board approved the demolition of the old water treatment plant to H&B Construction for $123,000. We had 14 bidders ranging from $123,000 to $677,000. And we approved to surplus some old equipment from the water plant to McCreary County Water and Sewer District. And other than that, that's all that I have, unless anybody has any questions.
I have a question. You say you already painted the water intake tower
Yes.
with the logo? Oh,
The water intake.
Okay.
The water tower.
okay, well, I had an idea about the water intake. I know you said it before you're gonna put the logo, the Morehead Plant Board logo on it. I thought maybe you could add something like language on the bottom that said like, help keep our water clean. This intake services X thousand people.
Yeah,
I thought it'd be good PR.
Yeah, I could.
People on the lake.
Look into that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know the number, but
I don't know.
you all do.
In your packet, that's what the new tank
Okay,
looks like.
gotcha.
But-
Where's it located? Is it up on the airport hill too?
Yes. Yes.
Thanks.
Yes, good question. Thanks. Anybody have anything else?
Thanks, Holly.
Wonderful. Thank you, guys.
Holly.
Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
Same to you.
And
Next, we have the Downtown Morehead Incorporated report with town events.
Happy holidays. All right. You stole all my thunder on the hometown holiday.
Sorry, but a huge thank
It was a good deal.
Yeah.
It's always a good event. We expand that every year a little bit downtown. We got places, open that haven't been open in a while. So filling all those in's tough on every event, but we try really hard to do that. And it was a good one. I don't really know how you project people, how many we had, but I would say 1,000 or better, wouldn't you? I mean, it was pretty good. All the businesses were full, so how do you really know? But anyway, it was a good one. But backing up to October is when we started this quarter. We finished up our music, on Bats and Oats, 7 acts over 5 nights there in October. And that included support of MSU's homecoming. We had 3 or 4 different, we had 4 different bands for them that weekend. It turned out real well. I think they were real happy with that. November, we had the 39th annual Arts and Crafts Fair at the Conference Center. We had it there for the second time. We had 1,183 people paid to get in about from 9 to 4. We had 30 or so volunteers, about 150 vendors. Of those, probably 12, 13 of them spent the night in motels, that kind of thing, and had a couple meals in town. So we expect around 1,400 or so people coming and going was what we could track. Then in December, of course, we had a hometown holiday. We missed the orchestra on Saturday night. There's a lot of traffic with that we didn't see. But, I guess they had a big crowd on Sunday, and it was good for them too. Right now, what we're doing is finishing up the year. I didn't get some documents to you because they're not ready, but I'll email those to you when they are. If you follow our financials, you can pretty well follow what we do. It's pretty standard month to month. We're a little under budget right now, which is good. But I'll be sending you out our reinvestment stats as we prep for accreditation. Those will be next week. And then we have grant review for projects. Ed is wanting to look at some grants and that kind of thing. We'll be looking at those, what we can get and see what we can do to make some projects happen. Then also coming up in March will be our next event type stuff. That'll be the annual antique market. It's 20 years older, so I don't know exactly how old it is, but it's been going for a while. And we bring in 1,000 or so people for that event too. And then in April, we have 2 events for MSU that we'll do. One's the Commercial Rock School, the Commercial Music School, and then also the Battle of the Bands. One's at the Conference Center, one's outside. Then in May, we look at the Derby. The Memorial Day is big weekends. In June, we're doing the Freedom Fest on the 27th. That's a little different because it's a budget thing. We're doing it in this fiscal year, so we'll have to work that out. How I don't anticipate issues with it, but it will be some more to do. And then we, of course, have the raffle going on right now. And we do that every year at Christmas time. We have tickets on sale till Saturday. We'll be giving away a minimum of 60% of the ticket sales. And that's what we're shooting for. But the minimum will be at least 5 prizes of $500 each. If you want to buy tickets, you can go to downtownmorehead.com, buy them there. We'll text you a copy of your ticket. We'll be drawing Saturday night live on Facebook on the Downtown Morehead page. And so that'll happen then. Watch for that. And then, of course, like I said, I'll be emailing you the fourth quarter stats and stuff that we turn in. Will be coming along with financials for November and December and an annual report. So that's kind of what we're doing, been doing, going to be doing.
Thank you, Tony.
Thank you.
Okay, future growth, development, and projects for the city, item number 8. Rodney?
New permits wise, we have sign permits, building permits, electrical, food truck, some zoning, electrical again, building permit for a new loft, continuing permits. We finished up on the residences at the Parkview, but they are adding a bathroom to one of the, they have a hearing aid like a hearing testing center in one of the buildings, and they decided to add a bathroom to it. So that's one. Got a couple of places, several remodeling permits still going on. Long John's is still not finished, looking for fish. Got a couple of houses or one house that finished up. Got a 5-plex is ongoing on Blair. The Planning Commission granted final approval for a new building, a new dental clinic on First Street. I think we need that. I was glad to see it. Also granted final development plan approval for 2 new apartment buildings along West Main Street, kind of behind Chris Ring's office there. Up against the Eagle Chevrolet lot on the bypass. Sure those will be full. Shout out to Tripp, honestly. He's done an awful lot of work. And as the year closes down, we've got 2 houses that needed to be torn down that were, 2 mobile homes that were, 3 houses that were burnt partially down that have been mostly cleaned up. Another house that's being brought up to code, and he's really done a lot of hard work getting it there. And it's a long, slow process, but as I've said, it's more progress in the last 6 months than we've made in the last 30 years.
Yep, thanks, Trip.
And then we're pretty, we don't have anything coming up out of the ground yet at the fire department, but we're working on it. Really bad soils, again, just like every other big building in town, including this one. But I think Scott can probably talk a little bit more about where we're at on that.
So,
Trace Creek.
yeah, we haven't got to do a whole lot considering the weather, obviously. But we have installed approximately about 50% of the storm sewer lines and stuff, yard drains, things of that nature, inlet boxes. We're continuing to move forward with what we can, when we can, and hoping for and praying for better weather, but obviously this time of year it's pretty tough. So hopefully we can continue to march forward. We're still, we're approximately 75% done with the excavation. Of course, the building pad's already, excavated down to subgrade elevation, and then we have to deal with the bad soils, so. Any questions?
Yeah, what the bad soils, we
Yeah.
about compaction or going?
No, the existing bad soils, meaning the nature of this material, it's a silty, sandy clay. The problem with it is when it gets wet, it's not good. You basically can, and I have videos, and I'm sure Rodney, I've shared them with him. You can take your feet and do this, and it's like a waterbed coming out 5 feet from either side of you. So, and I talked to Joe Cook, who we used to work together. He's the geotechnical engineer of record, but we worked together. We had a similar situation with the rec center down here. We ended up having to undercut that and put grid in to stabilize that. But the thing is, once we did that, we could roll concrete trucks
Right.
fully loaded over it with no problem.
Up any-
We did dig down test pit wise up there, and we anticipate the same thing here based on the geotech. But we dug down 8 or 9 feet. We never hit anything that was any better. If anything, it got worse. So the problem is you can either stabilize at the situation at that level that you're at now,
core drill.
yeah, or you can spend a lot more money going down, getting to the rock, and who knows where that'll be, so.
We did the same thing at the splash pad restroom.
Yeah, yeah, and I know we had issues here with the parking lots and stuff, having to use grid and things. That's the nature of this stretch. Actually, Joe made a comment, and it was, it wasn't funny, but it was, just thinking, the closer you get to triplet, the better it gets, because it gets sandier. And this has so much silt, it's not cohesive enough to hold itself together very well. It's got just enough clay to hold together and look good, but sometimes you get into the situation, especially this time of year, where it's just, it's hard to deal with, very difficult to deal with.
And we did know it was likely coming. It was.
Yes,
it was in the
absolutely.
Geotech report.
Yes, yeah, it was
It
mentioned.
showed us what we were dealing with and what was probably gonna have to happen.
Yes.
Oh, no, limestone bed under stratum.
Not within, again, it's basically, if you want to dig down, it's probably going to end up costing more than it would to treat it now and get it to where where we can build on that. So you definitely don't want to build on what you got right.
This building was on caissons, so
Yes.
there's like 17-foot
Right.
deep, 5 feet around pillars that we're sitting on.
Right.
Yeah.
And you make concrete beams that connect to, and the building's sitting on that.
And that's much
That
more
building is
expensive.
much smaller, much less substantial, and has strip footings.
Yeah.
So you
Still floated.
gotta mitigate both the slab, and then it's also got more, I don't know, it has more stress point, more exterior
Columns,
straight
yeah,
columns
column footings.
than this building, so
Yeah.
maybe it's just what it is.
Yeah, this being a multi-story, that one's got a high bay. Of course, you have a more substantial, at the apparatus bay where the trucks are.
Column
It's a
pad.
thicker, it's a thicker slab. It's an 8-inch slab versus a 4-inch slab in just the commons area and things of that nature, which is typical. So the good thing is we do have a thicker slab, but if you put some grit in there and beef it up after you've done some, shallow undercutting to stabilize, to get to where you can actually utilize the grid the way it needs to be, then you will have a good base for your slab and it will be able to spread that load out. You won't have any issues, so.
And I think that's really all
Yeah,
we've got.
yeah. Any other questions?
Well, I was curious if the dirt, because y'all cut a lot off.
Yes.
Was it all bad dirt, or is it just when you got down to
There's
grades?
zones, and it varies from, you could get into a zone that a foot of it feels like it's in pretty good shape. Then you can go down another foot and it's really wet. It just depends. You never know.
Or step over 5.
Or step over 5 feet and it might be good over here.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, we'll see how things go. We're gonna proof roll once we get things going. But I anticipate definitely using the grid in the apparatus bay area, because that's the one that looks like the water bed when you're stepping on. We may not have to in the commons, or in the left side of the building. It just depends on how the proof roll goes and how the special inspector feels.
It's the wet, that's gonna be hard, yeah.
Nature sedimentary
Yeah.
rock.
Yes,
Yeah. It's just pump.
yes, yeah, under your feet even,
Yeah.
and that's not a good thing for anything as far as foundations or slabs are concerned, so.
Understand, thank you.
Yep, any other questions? Everybody good?
Under that, you have
Can I
approval.
ask Rodney a question?
Yeah.
What's the status on Second Street on that building that they're trying to get approval for?
So we're trying to put together the developer has requested a special help meeting, and I'm trying to put that together for them probably this week. And I've talked to the last planning commission member about an hour ago, so I think I have enough to at least make a quorum. So likely Wednesday, we'll have a special meeting. It'll be just another preliminary development plan hearing, and he's just got some more information and feels like he's a little bit more prepared this time.
Is that for us or for a planning consultant?
Planning.
Planning
Oh, okay,
commission.
gotcha.
You can go.
I'll be out of town.
Okay, under this agenda item, we have approval of payment number 2. So we'll need a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Questions or comments? Okay, please call roll.
Cash,
Yes.
Peck,
Yes.
Connell,
Yes.
Baldwin,
Yes.
Goosley,
Yes.
Littleton.
Yes.
Thank you. Under the general business agenda, unfinished business, the first item is the second reading of an ordinance of the city of Morehead, Kentucky, changing the name of Nickel Street to University Boulevard.
Motion.
Second?
Questions or discussion? Just as a reminder, this was a request brought to us by the university to align their street names. Okay, please call roll.
Cash.
Yes.
Jack.
Yes.
Otto.
Yes.
Beasley.
Yes.
Littleton.
Yes.
Thank you. Under new business, the first item we have is a resolution acknowledging the presence of telecommunication facilities in the city's right-of-way.
Motion. Oh, sorry.
Oh, no, you go ahead.
Motion.
Second.
They can discuss it.
Now, can we have more information about what this is?
So an attorney emailed me that he's representing a group that had just bought Windstream. And so they will be trying to go through cities, counties, anywhere where Windstream might be present. And this is not the actual franchise. This is just a resolution for them on their books that you all acknowledge this purchase has taken place, that they intend to come back to you guys with an ordinance for a franchise. And to do so, we'll have to bid that out if you guys are interested in doing that to allow them to continue. But their Windstream's franchise ran out, I think, in July of this year. So it was a 10-year non-exclusive franchise. So they'll be coming back to council, in which his name is Mark. He said he could be present to answer any questions that you all had about another franchise, which is what they're interested in.
My understanding is it's just the acknowledgement that they are acquiring our right-of-ways that Windstream already uses.
Right.
And they will continue to pay the proper taxes to the state until the franchise, and then that'll
Yeah,
change.
and that'll be, they'll continue to pay, but that'll also be dependent upon whether you guys grant them another franchise.
I feel like probably, I'd have read it, but it probably gives them license to maintain their line and service what right away they did have.
Yeah, and I just, from my conversation with him, it was just, they're going to every government agency that they are aware of at this point. But he's prepared to come back and make a presentation for you all if you guys request that.
Okay, please call roll.
Cash.
Yes.
Jack. Yes. Otto.
Yes.
Baldwin.
Yes.
Beasley.
Yes.
Littleton.
Yes.
Thank you. Item 2 under new business is a resolution of the city of Morehead for disposal of surplus property, a 2012 Ford F-250.
Motion.
Second.
Questions or discussion?
Yeah, it says that in the resolution that about purchasing a new one, it doesn't mention leasing. Does that matter? Because are we going to be leasing a new one or purchasing a new one?
Please.
Okay.
For like the language of whether you purchase or lease, it won't matter. That'd be a budget issue as long as we're within the budget.
Change it to acquiring to cover both.
I mean, we can change it if you guys want to change that language, but it won't, regardless, it would be sufficient to surplus it to acquire or
Okay.
purchase or lease another similar or same vehicle, as long as it's within the budget.
Place.
Okay, please call roll.
Cash.
Yes.
Jack. Yes. Otto.
Yes.
Baldwin.
Yes.
Beasley.
Yes.
Littleton.
Yes.
Thank you. Do council members have any other city business, old or new?
I was pleased to see our public works people out early this morning taking care of our snow issue. They done an excellent job.
Always do.
It got kind of wild there around 10 or 11 with the snow, way more than they called for.
Yeah.
Little
Yeah.
icy early, 10 o'clock.
And I'd like to echo what Tony said about the hometown holidays. It really it was nice to be there and see that many people out on a cold night. But I also, as a historian and a longtime resident of Morehead, I would like to briefly address the issue of naming things in honor or memory of people. I don't think that there's anything, I know last time the city attorney spoke to us about the logistics of it, because I was one who spoke when the person nominator said, asked for a resolution naming the bats and oats in your honor. I spoke for that. And Chuck has gone, and I would also speak for that, for naming the splash pad. And the reason that I believe that naming is important in the city or the county or anywhere where it happens is that people who undertake the development, creation of something, whether they're city employees or residents or whatever their role is, they spend a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of their heart goes into that. And it's not easy. It's not easy. And those people who do that are never going to say, I want this named after me. They're just not. And I believe it's incumbent upon city government, county government, the damn university to occasionally honor someone whose work has been profound and made a lot of change. And I'll say it for another personal reason. When the city had Al Baldwin Day, I don't know that I ever saw a happier man. It means a lot to the people, and the people would never ask for it. And so I asked for a little heart. I asked for a little attention to humanity and to the sacrifice that people make when they go above and beyond the call, whatever that call is. Thank you.
Thank you, Yvonne.
Anything else from council? Okay. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you all. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.